We're rolling. The Hayden. Something.
Right.
Okay, what's up? Today, I'm forcing James to do something that he would never do.
I hate needles, man.
Without coercion, ever. I am making him drink white tea. I'm making him drink fresh tea for the tea of the month this month.
So these are 2026.
They are 2026 teas.
Okay, I don't think I've had a single 2026 tea yet.
Very good.
Which I guess isn't that surprising, but
And you know what? When I was doing the theme for this month, I was thinking, well, what about the black teas? They're still fresh teas, but they just don't have that fresh taste quite so much.
yeah, sure.
Technically, they're going to taste different than they would a year from now, but they don't have as much of that floral, vegetal, green character, which they'll work on after.
You wouldn't really call them fresh teas.
Correct.
Even if they technically are.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to groove and chat while we let these hang out competition style. So I'm going to get my 2-minute timer going here and go ahead and begin.
Okay, so tell me about these two teas.
So on the right here, we have the Imperial Grade Silver Needle from Yunnan Sourcing. And on the left, we have the Jingu.
How do you find the quality of Yunnan Sourcing white teas?
Quite nice.
Yeah?
Quite nice. I think their loose leaf tea, I think the quality of Yunnan Sourcing in general is fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
I think the rep they get about raw pu'er tea is reasonable. There's so much of it. It's so much bigger than just tea sourcing and how the quality of the tea is, because there's a whole history that is those teas, right? And then you have to cover that whole history through time. So it's just a hard thing to nail. So I don't blame anyone for having a critique of Yunnan Sourcing for their raw pu'er or for loving it. I've had plenty of their teas that I've loved. But in general, I think their loose leaf fresh tea is phenomenal. And even if I don't connect with it, I still enjoy drinking it every time. So I like to go get their green tea sampler every year, or their white tea. And I've had it, I think I've done it enough years in a row where I've been like, okay, I know the taste of these. They're not for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just order what I enjoy and know I enjoy, and then I'll taste around that. So this year...
And then you'll just drink them throughout the year until next year.
100%. Okay. These are purely for consumption. These are not for... so the Imperial Grade one is for evaluation, thinking, okay, I'm probably going to like it. And then the Jingu one, I know I enjoyed last year and drank through the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are both Jingu. Is the Imperial Grade supposedly better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not so much more money that we're gonna expect. It's not like twice as expensive. It's I think an extra $2 for 100 grams or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not a big difference.
Really that different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think these are the only silver needles they have for 2026, at least now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Out.
And these come from the Chinese side or the U.S. side?
These are from the U.S. side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they got fast.
Yep.
Okay. Because we're drinking this in early May.
We are. So
Turnaround for Dennysodes is also very fast. So.
Also true. And here we go. And we'll zoom out, everybody.
Oh. And Denny is brewing the competition cups right there. You can't quite see them.
So let's try to move them in a little bit. There we go. And then we'll open these up and we'll notice the...
Wow, that is not a lot of color.
It's a very different color is what it is. It's not your typical color. It's a white tea color. Yeah. It's so funny because it's just so exemplary of how this is the one part of tea where you and I are very different. So yeah, I don't think you're seeing these colors too often in your cup.
No. Never.
Look how vegetal and green that looks. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you can look up the last time I had Silver Needle because it'd probably be on TV.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
So we're doing competition style. So we got the...
Do we smell the leaves or no?
Yes, actually. Let's do that. Let's do the Imperial one first.
Okay.
And...
This one's a little lower toned, I'd say, than the Imperial. Otherwise, semi-similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems about right. Okay. Do Jingu first.
And so you've had this one before this year, right?
I have. I've had both of these a couple times.
Okay. But you ordered this in 2025 too.
I did.
Okay.
Yep. I had the 2025 Jingu Silver Needle that I drank through the whole order of, and then was like, I need to re-up, get my fix. So here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's so different.
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, totally ignoring flavor. Texture-wise, what do you think about the texture on these?
It's just it's like a pillow.
Yeah.
It's just soft and fluffy.
Totally. So like it's like velvety,
Yeah.
viscous, thick, but it's a different kind of thickness than like a shangpuer tea. I don't know how to quite describe it, but
I mean, in some ways, it's kind of like you'll have these shangpuers that are kind of soft in their approach, but also very thick. Not exactly the same as that, but sort of.
yeah.
So imperial grade now.
Yep.
A little bit of fruitiness and lingering aftertaste there.
Do you get a lot of umami?
Maybe a little bit, not a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to I think green tea, white tea does not have near as much.
Okay. Yeah, that oceanic thing.
Right.
Less present in white tea.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's actually.
I think this one's better.
Yeah, actually, this one tasted really good today.
It tastes a little more robust. I'd say texturally, there's a little more going on as well.
Yeah, I think competition style. This is actually really fun and interesting. So they're tasting a bit more to me similar than different. I get a little bit more of a round character on this one.
Yeah.
For me, when I was tasting these the last time, I noticed, and I'm not noticing it quite as much today, a bit more of a vegetal character on this one.
Interesting.
Not like super strong.
I could see it a little bit,
yeah, like not like super strong garden vegetables, but like a little bit more of that.
Okay.
And then the other one's maybe a bit brighter, a bit fruitier.
Yeah. Well, Denny on his bags, when he drinks them, he checks them off, and whether he'll drink it again, and he writes a rating here. And as usual, he's wrong, because I see he put 6.5 on the imperial grade, which is clearly better quality.
So this is actually brings up the steam milk blind that we did, which is the objective versus subjective rating.
Yeah.
So you pretty much always equate them, but in my view, I think that you're right. Both that objectively speaking, the imperial grade is technically the better tea, but from a profile perspective, meaning what do I prefer of the flavors that are on offer, I prefer the Jingyu a little bit more.
Okay.
I find the imperial grade to be a little bit greener, a little bit grassier, a little bit more fresh tea of the month than I usually like, honestly.
Interesting.
I usually like more round character. When I'm drinking these younger teas, I tend to like them tasting more like Hongchas and things.
It's simpler, but I could see it. It's got like a more straightforward profile. It's very much like you taste it and you understand it immediately.
Totally, yeah.
Just a little more going on the right, but yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to pass the speed test more.
Sure. And neither of them, to be clear, it's not like one is so much better than the other. Mm-hmm. They're fairly similar. And in terms of the pricing, again, it's, it's not a big deal in terms of the pricing. So.
When you made this last time, was it competition or was it normal?
Normal.
Okay.
Yeah. So that might actually have an influence on it.
It could, yeah.
I mean, definitely. I do feel like the sweetness, especially for the beginning steepings of these young teas, comes out the most, and that's kind of the things that get stamped down a little bit too much when doing competition style, where the literal sugars rinse off the first 1-2 steepings. They taste very sweet and sugary, and you lose a little bit of that, like, intensity, if you will.
Yeah, they're both different styles. I mean, in some ways, the more of the normal style, the Gongfu style, you can brew around some of the flaws as well. If something is like especially bitter or something like that.
Totally, which is exactly what this is about.
Yeah.
This one to me a bit more of that kind of classic herbaceous eucalyptus that I like from white tea.
I can see that, yeah.
And then what am I doing here? The one on the right is a little bit more vegetal. We'll do one more sip here. Yeah, the competition style is definitely interesting. It's not,
you can definitely crank through some teas this way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I honestly, I like that it's 3 grams of leaf too. I feel like 3 grams, my kid could hit that. It could just be the crump, the bottom of the bag. I can lose 3 grams of tea and have it not be a big deal.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard to do with like your nice teas.
Sure.
Like this.
When we do the Mega Xiaofa episode, are we doing competition or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a good opportunity for doing it, but also it's like logistically hard.
How many do you have? No, I mean, how many competition?
I only have 4.
Okay, yeah, so you'd have to do it in batches.
Yeah, exactly. but I do have the Gaiwans. I mean, like 12 Gaiwans.
Well, I feel like maybe for that one, now we're just thinking out loud. Maybe for like the youngest ones, you could competition them and just be like, how different are these?
That's a good point, actually.
Or are they all kind of the same? And then you just move on to
the old ones we'll just enjoy. I think. But yeah, the competition style to evaluate the young ones and figure out, is there a vintage that you want to pick up and hold on for a while?
Yeah, it is brighter. Yeah, no, it definitely has some greener tones to it. Mm-hmm. It's more complex, but not necessarily make it a winner.
And not your thing.
I mean, they taste good. Would I drink them? I mean, I know myself well enough to say never. Yeah.
Here's the thing I will say about these teas in general too is my experience of having anything beyond maybe up to Oriental Beauty, and then beyond that, anything that's rolled, anything that's pressed, anything that's a H or just any sort of fermented tea in general, it's going to be a longer experience. But with white teas, green teas, and most black teas, my experience is 15 minutes. It's short. It's like a punchy. That's like I have my 2-3 cups. I honestly will have 2 cups and be done because the third one's not as satisfying as the first 2. I just want to enjoy it.
Fair. Yeah.
You know.
It's quick. H does have kind of unusually long longevity.
Yeah.
Just in terms of.
It's something that's like a different experience.
Yeah.
Right. Different time commitment, and then of course add on the added complexity of like getting into some nice stuff. So.
Yeah. These pass the mom test, I assume.
I would think so. Yeah. I think these are like pretty much definitively. Some of these can have maybe sometimes a like grassy character to them that might be a little bit like, ooh, whoa, it's intense, or maybe sometimes people don't like barley or like popped rice, those kind of flavors. They might not like these as much, but I think in general these are really easy to drink.
Sure. 87% of mom. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, exactly. Yunnansourcing.com. Check them out. All the new stuff. It's definitely worth trying and drinking. I cannot speak highly enough about the sample packs that these guys are doing. So go get a sample pack of the green, the white, the black tea, the Heicha. Do it all. It's worth doing. It's effectively what I end up doing anyway, so it's cheaper to do it that way.
No, I've done it of the some of the Heichas.
Yeah.
It's totally, like especially if you don't have any experience, it's pretty.
It's totally worth it. Yeah. Or like if the food bricks or whatever they do, they get into it and do a great job of making it easy. And these ones were cheap. I got 3 white teas, and then I think I got 500 grams of the 250. Which is a ton. I mean, it's a ton of tea. Like, it's
not even a poor cake.
I know, exactly. Only you realize that you're a poor nerd when you realize like 350 grams it's a ton of tea.
That's not even 577 poor cake, man.
Laying down the law with the fractions. Love it. All right, dude. We're gonna keep this one short. Tea of the month. Let's give James, everyone in the audience, let's give James a big clap for drinking some young tea. Way to go, man! Way to go! All right, love you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Cheers.